Happy Tuesday, everybody. DW Pastor Barry. It's 5:21 p.m. in the afternoon. It's a beautiful sunny day. I feel exhausted. I didn't sleep very good last night. I can only assume I had a lot on my mind, I guess. But I'm feeling good today, other than just kind of drained. It's a new month. For those of you who did not know, the month of October is a very spiritually active month on Satan's end, on his side. His minions are very busy. I've mentioned this before in videos of the past. If you look at the end of September and in the early weeks of October, you will see an increase of missing persons, usually children and teenagers. Without getting into any more than that, that's not a coincidence. You can probably, I don't know how you would check statistics on it. Maybe someone who had if you get those FBI-like skills, maybe you could do some research into seeing the peak times during a year. I can tell you when they are. Before resurrection time, before Halloween, and especially before Christmas as well. Those are three of the biggest occult periods. And anybody who was formerly in the occult, who was in some dark stuff, of course, the Wiccans and that, they're not going to know much about this kind of thing. But the people who are into very dark and evil things, they might not be participating in it so much, but they certainly know about it. And I mention all of this to tell you, because this is a spiritual warfare video and this book, Strength for the Battle. We're in a spiritual battle, and it's cranking up. So for the entire month of October, you guys are going to be in a heavier spiritual battle. See, when we sleep, our spirits don't sleep. Our spirits are battling. If we are on God's side, we're battling whether we know it or not. Sometimes you get physically drained in your body because your spirit is very busy doing things. You can be attacked. Don't forget what Ephesians 6 says. We have the armor of God. We have the sword of the Spirit. We use those things daily, if we have them on, of course. A lot of Christians have dropped their swords. And that could be a video title. Many Christians have dropped their swords. Or make a video called Pick Up Your Sword. Oh, that describes one part of me. Fresh sarcasm served daily. I don't know about daily, but weekly maybe, for sure. I've had some coffee. I actually haven't had any fresh coffee today. I had some leftover coffee from yesterday, and I know a lot of you are probably disgusted by that, but it is what it is. I like coffee, whether it's, half a day old or from the morning, whatever. Coffee's coffee. I hate waste. And I bought me some extra coffee today, just in case, with everything going on the East Coast of America. If you're not aware, check it out. It's all over social media. All right, let me see here. As I was talking to you, my bookmark fell out, so. Okay, here we go. We're on day 129. This is entitled, The Measure of Your Love. 1 Corinthians 16:14 says, let all that you do be done with love. Much easier said than done. That is for certain. 1 Corinthians 16. It's been a minute since I read there, or even did that in a video. So, as I typically do, I'll turn to that book and chapter really quick and see what I can rustle up as far as some verses to read to give you some foundation for this devotion. All right, let's see. Well, it looks like there's some good stuff here. Shouts out to everybody watching, everybody from our church, to my mother, to my father, to my sons, if you're watching, to all my children, whether blood, adopted, spiritual, whatever. My greetings to you, my heart to yours. All right, 1 Corinthians 16. Let's go from verse 5 and continue on, and then I'll tell you when we finish. 1 Corinthians 16, starting at verse 5. Paul's plans to travel. That's what my Bible says right there. Now I will come to you after I pass through Macedonia, That's northern Greece, by the way, if you didn't know that. For I will pass through Macedonia. It may be that I will remain, of course, and spend the winter with you, that you may send me on my journey wherever I go. For I do not wish to see you now in passing. Instead, I trust to remain a while with you, if the Lord permits, but I will remain at Ephesus until Pentecost. For a great and effective door has opened to me, and there are many adversaries. Now if Timothy comes, see that he may remain with you without fear, for he does the work of the Lord, as I also do. Therefore let no one despise him, but send him on his way in peace, that he may come to me. I am expecting him with the brothers. As for our brother Apollos, I greatly wanted him to come to you with the brothers, but he was not willing at all to come at this time. However, he will come when he has a convenient time. Watch, stand fast in the faith, be bold like men, and be strong. Let all that you do be done with love. That's our key verse. You know the house of Stephanas, that it is the first fruits of Achaia, and that they have devoted themselves to the ministry of the saints. So I ask you, brothers, that you submit yourselves to such people, and to everyone who helps and labors with us. I am happy about the arrival of Stephanas, Fortunatus, and Achaicus. I can't pronounce it. Plus, it's got a hyphen in between it. For they supplied what was lacking on your part. They have refreshed my spirit and yours. Therefore, acknowledge these men. When I think of the Apostle Paul traveling around, have you ever had a visitor who comes to your church now and then, and you're overjoyed to see them every time, and they always bring a blessing to the church in some way, even just their fellowship? Imagine Paul that way. I imagine when people got close to Paul and he had to leave, they were greatly heartbroken, but when they would hear from him and especially see him come through in the church, they'd be overjoyed. I've had people like that come and go in my life who it's always great to see them. They encourage you, they make you want to be a better Christian. And Paul was such a man. Okay, the measure of your love. Pastor Francis says, how often we have heard people say, I loved once, but I was hurt. Or, I was committed to Christian service, but they used me. When someone withdraws his or her, I'll add that, his commitment to a relationship, he is withdrawing his love. It is not one's commitment that grows cold, it is their love. It may not seem like they have become cold. They may still attend church, sing, and look Christian, but inside they have become hard and separated from others. They have withdrawn from love because their commitment is shallow. They will be easily offended. Allow me to be perfectly clear. There is no such thing as love without commitment. The measure of one's love is found in the depth of his or her commitment to others. The Bible does tell us to have right fellowship with God and men. How are you with relationship to other believers? I'm not saying you have to like them all. We're supposed to love the brethren. Of course, we'll meet people in the church who we don't necessarily like, and that's okay. Sometimes that's because it's on their end. Sometimes it's our fault. And sometimes it's other issues. But we should love as much as we can, because we are family after all. The prayer at the bottom says, Dear Lord, may I take the time today to renew my commitment to love others. I purpose today that I will not be a stumbling block by allowing my love to grow cold. Help me to forgive people for the hurts I've experienced in the past and reignite a spark of passion in my heart to see others around me come to know you in new and deeper ways. In Jesus Christ's name, amen. Got some wonderful prayers in here. I'm certainly in agreement with that one. Let's seek to have stronger, better, more loving relationships with the brethren and, of course, other people to help draw them into Christ. God bless you guys. Hope you're enjoying these videos. Please do share them around. Subscribe to this YouTube channel if you have not yet done that. Tell a friend. Tell them to come on over and check these videos out. Have a good one.